All right, I think we're ready to go. Oh, I gotta be able to take this. Okay, whenever you guys are ready, take your time and listen.
Good. Excuse me, ma'am. I see that you're outside, and I just wanted to talk to you about selling a new product here.
Careful dialogue, forcing imposition.
Sure,
Are,
sure.
are you okay?
Yeah, I'm fine.
Oh, okay.
I'm fine. What are you selling? Cat oxys? The good ones, the oxys?
Oxys?
I can't get them anymore.
No, ma'am. I don't have oxys. What I am selling is a chance for you to be a part of my new project. I'm trying to sell parts, investors rather, if you're able to do it, to my new. You're weaving? Are you?
No, I'm okay. It's just that, I'm in a lot of pain with my back and the doctor, I'm having a hard time. So, and I can't get the oxys anymore. They're $30 each. They're $30 each and I need those oxys.
Have
Do
you?
you know who's got them? Do you know? Like,
You wouldn't be asking this because I'm black, would you?
no, I'm asking you because you remind me of one of my nephews. And they used to get them for me, but now he's in prison. I can't get them.
So because I remind you of them?
So do you know?
No.
No?
No.
Okay, so I'm sorry, sweetie. You were saying you were looking for investors?
Yeah. I'm making a new tool that will allow people. Actually, it might relate to you a little bit. It's helping in the medical field. It might allow you to. It's like a pain inhibitor almost. But I don't have it built now. I don't have an example. Are you? Would you have to sit down maybe?
Sure. I'd love to sit down. Do you want to sit down too?
Yeah, well, can I come in first?
Oh, yeah, sure.
Oh, that would be nice. Thank you very much.
Yeah, sit down.
Oh, careful.
Can I get you some water?
No, I don't want you to stand. You're okay. You seem like you need to
All
kind
right,
of.
pause. All right, so I'm just gonna remind you guys at this point. You got desires. All right, don't worry about anything in the beginning right now.
Okay.
We're gonna move on from this point. You have desires.
Mhm.
Remember when I said 3 actions?
You want to get wasted.
Let's start working our way towards these desires through actions that make sense for your character.
Mhm.
And let's have an action reaction where you guys are not missing anything. Pay attention to each thing, and let's try to work on changing beats, shifting beats.
Okay.
Okay.
Yes.
All right.
So, this investment thing, do you have something in writing?
Yeah, actually,
Show it to my husband.
I didn't bring it.
Oh.
I have. I can write you out something if you'd like.
Yeah, that'd be great. Because then I can show it to my husband.
Oh, okay. Do you have something I can write on by any chance?
Yeah. Hang on.
Do you want me to get it?
Yeah, no, I got it. Hang on.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah, sure.
Okay, so
Is it hot in here? It's hot.
It could be.
It's the air conditioning. Does it feel like the air conditioning's broken to you?
It feels fine.
I think the air conditioning's broken. Damn air conditioning.
Okay. Do you want me to look at it for you?
Would you?
Yeah, sure. Where's
All right. Pause. All right, Ken. So you got a piece of paper and a pen in your hand now.
Uh-huh.
All right. Your character kind of knows the kind of person she is right now. What can you walk away from this situation with as your character? Is there anything that is real that he can walk away with? Even though he's dealing with.
I want to take her oxy money. I feel bad about myself.
So does your character actually want anything that's realistic right now that he can walk away with realistically in the scene?
I promise to have the husband look over the information for a follow-up contact.
That's more of what she wants. Is there anything that your character can walk out the door with right now that would not be wasted this time?
All her $30 for her oxys.
That's me. Maybe one thing. Okay, is there anything else? You said investment.
Yeah, but the investment is based on someone giving you financial assistance towards a project or something, and this, I mean, I can show, well, I can't show her, I didn't actually bring it down, so, but I could tell her about the project, but see, I still wouldn't take her money.
Okay, so if you don't
I'm
have
not good
money,
about the hustle.
somebody can invest in things without physical cash, right?
Uh-huh.
Okay, what else could you get that might be legally binding that would require her to invest or make good on investment?
Get it, or if I had to sign someone would be legally bound because she's inebriated and, or at least a pain, and it would be something she would commit to. I could take her deed to a house.
Well, you said sign something, you know how it is, you should show that your house, they want you to sign things, they want you to just, you know, sign up for more info. Whoever reads what they're signing. You know what I'm saying? You see where we're going with this?
Clear out her pain. Hey, just sign right here. I'll call you back.
So let's see, that could be something you can work with. But what I'm saying is it seems like you're needing something to work towards here, something really specific that you can walk away with. Because right now we're getting activity, but we need action.
Okay.
Okay? Now do you have anything specific that your character could leave the scene with that would be of value to them?
Yeah, besides my oxys.
Well, it's kind of apparent that he doesn't have oxy on it.
Right, right.
So is there anything else?
The promise? Because my character's an addict. So I want to do something different than the usual cornball stuff, so I thought, what's different than my usual cornball?
Okay.
Little baby Viking and then.
What's your first responsibility as an actor?
Big convincing?
First, last, always. What's an actor? Storyteller, right?
Okay.
So you have a responsibility in this moment, just like he does, to tell a story, right?
Okay.
That's why you need specifics. You need something of value that you can walk away from the scene with, because you invited him to sit down, right? For some reason. He sat down.
Because I'm lonely.
For some reason.
I'm lonely for someone to talk to.
Maybe, okay, that could be your thing. That could be your thing. But then the responsibility is more on him to actually take advantage of the situation. But we need something to happen. Okay? So let's work towards that. And still giving you guys free rein to do that. Go ahead.
Don't feel so free anymore. Okay. Okay, so now what I'm gonna write down here is a few things on my project. And on the bottom half, if you don't mind, make it kind of a commit to follow back.
Yeah, so what kind of project is it? You said it's a movie?
No. It's to assist in the medical field. Yes, it's to help to relieve pain for certain people who will qualify for it.
Sure. Is it like
Cool.
pills?
I'm gonna pause you guys right here real quick. Just point of technicality. What was your action just now? It was a good one, but can you put a name to it or Jared for that action that you just did?
Interested in what he's got to say?
Not a Jared. I need it to be a verb phrase. It's gonna describe the action that you took, which was
Interest,
express interest by
sitting up straight.
physically. What did you do just now? What did you do?
I don't know.
All right, so you gotta focus on what you're doing.
Okay.
So that you're able to be aware of the beats that you're in, so that you can shift them, okay?
Okay.
You just asked him for information about his project, right?
Yes.
All right, so you can describe it that way, or, you know, you gotta know what it is. You gotta be doing something, right? Ask him for information about his project. All right, what did you do just in response to that? That was an action. What was your reaction?
I started giving the information.
Was it true information?
I'm making it up as I go. Sure, yeah, it is.
So it's false or was
Oh, it's true for the character.
Okay.
It's a pain. I've mentioned a pain
So it was
relieving
honest.
device.
Okay, it was
earlier,
honest.
so yeah.
All right. Now, as I ask you those questions, just be aware we're still going to need some conflict. Okay? All right. So you just did an action, you just did a reaction. Now, do another action, and then do another reaction. Just go.
Okay, so as I was saying, I I'll write down some information about it, and then on the bottom, I'll make a couple of lines so that I can call your husband back, have you sign that for me, if you don't mind.
Okay, so how does it work?
Okay, so.
Is it a pill?
No, it's like a device, when it's done, you'll click on the button, and it will actually, help deliver medication to you. Then there's also another button there that if you need assistance, medical assistance, they'll come out to you.
What kind of medication?
It depends what the doctor prescribes for you.
They're not gonna give it to me, I know it. I'm not gonna get it,
They're not gonna give you what, man?
the prescription.
Oh, well, I mean, you do say you have a doctor you go to, right?
All right, just gonna pause you real quick. All right, so I feel like we gotta address this, all right. So we need conflict, right? But you told me you're an honest person. She's a pretty honest person. She's an honest person. We have two good people in the scene.
Uh-huh.
I kind of feel like one of you guys needs to be a little bit not honest. Maybe you could be doing it for good reasons, but if you were giving her a fake thing to invest in, seeing as how she's not gonna be able to invest in your real thing, that could work. Your real thing could not be real at all, that could also work. It would just be easier to create the conflict. This seems like a very normal interaction, but the conflict isn't really working.
So I gotta be the bad guy?
Okay.
How did I find the bad guy? I think it works better. I don't know.
You chose to be a drug addict. You're somebody who can be taken advantage of.
What am I, lovable drug addict?
You are a lovable drug addict.
But drug addicts actually, I mean, I can do bad guy too, but drug addicts actually would allow to get whatever they want to.
Well, put it like this,
So-
you need to get something from this time that you're spending.
Getting them silent, yeah.
Get her to sign something. Let's go ahead and just say that's what you want, okay? And that's the obstacle here. You're trying to get her to sign something and she's like, what is it that you're selling? There's no way my doctor would give it to me. Then you have to convince her to do it. You need a signature. That's what's driving the scene right now. But you
Right.
gotta be a bad guy, because a good guy isn't gonna make her sign something that she's not ready to sign.
Where's my gun?
Okay?
Do this quickly.
All right, let's do it. So you guys can pick it up from there or run it back a few lines, whatever you want to do.
All right, so man, as I've said, I left some information for your husband, and maybe you can go with your doctor, and then on the bottom I'll have you sign here.
My husband and my doctor have to find out about this?
Well, you did mention you wanted to leave it for your husband. Actually, I might know, what's your doctor's name, man?
Dr. Jones?
Dr. Jones?
Yeah,
The one over near Central? I know Dr. Jones, I play golf with him every now and then.
yeah?
Yeah.
Do you think he would okay it?
You know, I wouldn't do this for anybody, but
Yeah,
talk to him and make sure he gets whatever you need.
Good.
that would be awesome.
So, but you have to sign right here for me to take care of that.
Sure,
Okay, if you wouldn't mind.
sure. Right there?
2 lines down, you have to worry about the small print, just to sign a triplicate right there. Thank you very much. So, Dr. Jones, yeah, I'll reach out to him for you.
Okay, when do you think I'll have it? Like today?
It
Tomorrow?
probably won't be today, I'm actually gonna pick off him soon. So I can get him to, go in his office when I talk to him.
Oh, I want it today.
You want it today?
Today.
I can expedite that if you'll sign over here in the corner as well.
Okay, does that cost extra?
It's not really extra. What I mean, you're going to get the bonus packet, so you don't have to pay for right now. What would happen is that after I speak to your husband as well, and then get him to sign off on this part, but that's only for him to say that it's authorized to come to your door.
All right.
Oh, okay.
Today, you said today, right?
I can make it today. Yes, I can expedite that for you.
Careful with the mugging. Remember, you're on camera. You can see that.
I'm not mugging people.
Did you mean
That's telling me. I'm having fun while you look at that.
that?
Okay, well, thank you very much, ma'am.
Okay.
Is there anything else I can do for you?
No, but you said you'll be back today, right?
I will have it delivered to you today.
That's great.
You
You have a great day.
You too, sweetie. You'll shut the door behind you, right?
I will shut the door. Feel better.
All right, thank you.
Alrighty, nice.
Thank you very much.
Alright, you guys stay up there for a second.
Just that back.
You guys stay up for a second. Alright. Alright, so did it make sense where the seed started to pick up and you guys actually started to resolve it?
Yeah.
So you guys felt that you were having trouble at some points?
I was just the direction, like figuring out direction where was. Oh shit, I have these seats.
Okay.
They're adjustable seats.
Alright, so important to have desire, right? To have something to pursue,
Mhm.
right? Because with that, we can kind of figure out, okay, what the scene is, because we're just going to create conflict. When you say you want something, one of the easiest ways to create conflict is just for you to want the opposite, or for you to create an obstacle for whatever he wants, for whatever reason, and that becomes the character that you create. But you got to keep in mind that it's something that you want, and it's something that's real that you can actually achieve in the scene. If it's not achievable, meaning you may have started off with the idea that you're selling, investment to a project, whatever, and you're an honest guy. But when you have a drug addict who is in no condition to invest in your thing, well, now you need something else, because you can't walk away, with what you wanted in the beginning, right? So you got to create something that you can walk away with. That signature was that thing. That signature is something that a lot of people could recognize. He's trying to get a signature, trying to get him to sign something without reading it. That's an easy thing to go for. So the first thing didn't work. So remember what I was saying. Whenever an opportunity presents itself, no matter what you had in your head, start going for that new opportunity. And if something stops working, just create another opportunity. Start to look for other ways to get the scene to move forward. So even if your first scene is messed up and that's something you both understand, so you just got her to understand what you're going for, now you realize, oh, it's not really going to work, it's not really going to make sense. Create another thing, all right? Let her catch on to it without explaining it. You did have a couple parts where you were forcing exposition and she was forcing exposition. It was not consistent, so as soon as I kind of called it out, you guys, there was no need to do it anymore, so you did good there. But just remember, every opportunity, take advantage of it, especially conflict. Exploit conflict anytime. She was nodding back and forth. I started to wonder, is he going to say anything about that? Is he going to, when she says, oh, my doctor's not going to do it, is he going to try to look for a way around that? Is he going to keep pursuing his desire? Because that's what's creating the seed. So just keep that in mind. Other than that, not bad. I liked it.
Did the drug addict thing add or just convolute?
It was unnecessary, but it's
Okay.
you. If you hadn't done it, I would have been like, where's Sharon? But it's okay. Just come up here a little more plain next time. You do that well. I like what you do. I just want you to be able to do the storytelling function of it too.
Sure.
When you can add those two things together, it's a lot more powerful than when you have either one separated.
Okay.
All right. We're gonna give Whit and RJ a rep. So you guys come down. Now you guys pay attention. See if you can figure out what's going on and see. Whit and RJ, don't be afraid. EJ, sorry.
You gotta have to go. Got the J. Gotta get the E for it.
EJ, you're in front of that chair. Or sorry, Whit, you're in front of that chair. EJ is in front of this chair. I say to everyone, there's no need to fear improv. Why is there no need to fear improv? Because it's exactly the same as scripted acting. We still are always looking for the same thing. Characters, pursuit of desires, against forces of antagonism, something of importance has to change. In that scene, we did get the thing that he was after. So something of value did change. Before he didn't have a signature, at the end he got a signature. So the thing of value in that scene actually changed, and that's how we knew the scene was over. So we're gonna do that in everything. I'm gonna start with your names. What's your name, EJ?
Stella Jones.
Excellent.
You were ready for that one.
Wait, what's your character's name?
Dr. Al Einstein.
Okay.
I'm sorry?
Dr. Al Einstein.
Oh, Einstein. Okay, I like it.
Wonder where that came from.
Is I'm the middle name?
Dr. Al.
Oh,
Oh, no, Einstein.
Okay, I'll just,
Einstein.
because you can do it either way. You can do Al Einstein as the last name, or Einstein. It works.
Why be Dr. Stein? I
Okay.
like it, Dr. Al. Stein.
All right. What does your character do for a living? All right.
You're in trouble, Dr. Simon.
Got a sense for where the genre is going to be here. Oh, and your character is
I'm a doctor of nutrition.
all right. Doctor of nutrition. Now, where are we?
Doctor's office.
Doctor's office. So we're on your character's home turf. Now you can imagine some situations where you would be visiting your character at his office.
Yes.
All right, excellent. So we're at your character's office. Probably have a desk. So you can use this. I like it when you can split a scene right up the middle too. You can have a chair on this side. You have a chair on this side. You can do the thing where you walk in, shake hands, and then have a seat. That's perfectly fine. You guys specifically can pay attention to not just the storytelling, but just the way that you can use the environment. There's a difference between saying something when you're sitting down versus standing up. There's a change of power. There's a change of elevation. So now you need desires. You need a character desire. You need one. Let's go with you because I feel like you're visiting him.
Yes.
You're not just walking into his office.
Mhm.
Do you have a character desire in mind?
The desire is to.
Don't say it out loud.
I do.
Is it something that you can achieve in this scene?
Not in totality, I don't think.
Okay. So we need something that's achievable in this scene. So maybe the thing you have in mind
Okay.
is kind of an overall goal,
Yes,
and
overall.
this would be a
goal.
step to achieving that.
Yes.
All right. So you need a step. You need something.
Mhm.
Maybe it has to be a reaction to whatever it is she's doing. Maybe you know why she's here. And that would give you an idea of what it is you really want. What doctor wants a cop in their office? Who's not just coming for a checkup, you know?
Well, who knows?
You know. All right, so now you have character desires. Remember what I said. If there is any opportunity whatsoever for any form of conflict, pursue it, exploit it, see how far you can take it. If it doesn't go anywhere, go back to your main thing, but don't let it pass up, okay? And make sure the camera's still going. It is, but I want to be able to see it. Give me 1 second. I'm just gonna extend this. I want to be able to, so I can show you guys.
You can put it right.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. I'm gonna be able to show you guys afterwards. Put that this over. Pardon me.
Am I in your way?
Nope, you're fine. It'll work. Okay, you guys ready? Wait, can you just clap your hands in the air like that real quick? All right, that's good. So they might actually do that from time to time. All right. Whenever you guys are ready, you can begin the scene.
Dr. Einstein,
Miss Jones, how good to see you again.
thank you for seeing me today. I appreciate it.
Have you come in for your prescription renewal on that phenylacetate that I prescribed for you?
Actually, Dr. Einstein, I'm here for another reason entirely.
Oh, what is it?
But thank you for.
I'm just gonna pause you guys. We're gonna reset the scene. Good question, but you took a step that you didn't need to take.
Yeah.
Be a little more reactionary to her. Let her make the first move.
Oh.
Because it put her in a position to have to acknowledge that, whether it's reality or not. But I want her move to be the most significant in the scene first.
Okay.
Okay?
Good.
All right, let's redo that. And whenever you guys are ready.
Dr. Einstein,
Hi,
Stella
Miss-
Jones,
Hi, Miss Jones, good to see you. Have a seat.
thank you for seeing me today.
What can I do for you today?
Well, as you know, I'm a detective downtown.
How is that going?
Well, actually, it's an interesting kind of job, but I'm here specifically for something that is unfortunate that happened in your office. I'm very sorry about your assistant, Carla Jones.
Carla, what happened?
Maybe you don't know. Carla unfortunately was found murdered in her apartment.
No way.
We're assuming murder. It was a very unpleasant scene. Well, actually, it was on Tuesday.
Like she was in work on Monday.
Monday. Yeah. Well, actually, we got a call on Tuesday from her neighbor, very close. Something was going on in the apartment apparently. And she went to check. And unfortunately, Carla was found.
Was it murder? Was it an accident?
Well,
She
we don't know
overdosed?
exactly, but it wasn't really something that was very pleasant, I should say. Anyway,
Well,
actually, I'm here to ask you some questions if you don't mind.
what can I do to help?
I appreciate that. What we find interesting, what I find interesting when I was at the scene was I picked up Carla's phone and I noticed that the last two numbers happened to be, when we checked the records, yours.
Well, we were having an affair.
Okay, let's cut. Oh my goodness. I don't know if he would admit that.
Well, I figured if there's, might as well be up front.
From a storytelling perspective, generally the person being investigated tries not to give any information unless he has to. So it's
Well,
as
doctors
little
are pompous and
because if she
full of
knows, is if she knows it, it's kind of on her. What she's trying to do is see if he would admit to it. See if she can catch him in a lie. A lot of times, that's what police and detectives like to do. Is they like to let you do the talking, and then the criminal likes to give as little information as possible and try to avoid being caught in any lies. I kind of want to restart this scene because I feel like we're missing certain opportunities. So for EJ, she said that she's a police detective. I don't think you would have to tell him that. Let's assume you're wearing a badge or something.
Mm-hmm.
But when he said, "How's that going?" you could take that many different ways. You could take that as a challenge that I'm in a better profession than you, or how can you do your job, right? You're a woman. You could take that in a lot of different ways. So I just feel like that's a point of conflict that could have been exploited. But what you've got to do, always take your time. In film, you take as much time as you need. It's okay to pause for 10 seconds before you think of a response, because we can cut that and I can put those lines right next to each
Just
other
making up shit
as if it didn't happen. You give the editor options instead of taking them away. So let's restart the scene, okay? So we now know what the implication of the story is. She's trying to see if you are connected to this murder, basically, right? And for all we know, you might be. For all your character knows, you might be. You may have decided in your head that you are or that you aren't. But what you don't do is give too much information away. You try to be as tight-lipped as you can, and then she tries to poke holes in your story. So let's try that again. I think you're coming off really well as a cop, by the way. Let's do that again. All right. And we always say whenever you're ready. I don't want you to feel forced or trapped by the word action.
Okay. Dr. Einstein, thank you for seeing me today. Carla Jones.
Hey, Miss Jones. What can I do for you today?
Actually, I'm here to talk to you about your assistant,
Carla?
Jenny. Well, I'm sorry. Can we start over again? I got my name
You
mixed up.
can.
All right.
And remember, your police are also very tight-lipped about what they know and don't know.
Okay.
Just to see what he's willing to admit to. So just take your time.
Dr. Einstein. Stella Jones.
Nice to meet you, Miss Jones. Have a seat.
Thank you. How are you doing today?
Busy as usual.
This is a very good line.
Lovely, isn't it?
Yeah, the nutrition
weather's-
world is,
I'm sorry?
as a nutritionist, we're always trying to help people out with their needs and get the obesity in this world down.
I see. Well, I was actually letting you know that today was a beautiful day.
It is a beautiful day.
Right.
I love it when it rains.
I see. Yeah. Well, actually, I'm here for something specific.
It was
It has to do with your assistant,
Carla.
Carla. Yeah.
What's the issue?
Well, actually, sad to say, Carla was found in her apartment on Tuesday by a neighbor. It looks like foul play.
She has been out of the office for the last 2 days. She was here on Monday.
Really? What was she like on Monday?
Business as usual.
Interesting. I've asked some questions to some people, her neighbors and her family. And apparently, you two have had a very long working relationship.
We've been working together for 5 years.
I find it sort of interesting that.
Just sorry, just keep asking him questions. Like, you know, she seem okay. You know, neighbors say that she seemed stressed out recently.
Right. Well, I sort of find it interesting that maybe, it seemed alarmed that the assistant that you've been working with for so long has passed away.
It's a shock.
It's a shock. I see. Well, let me ask you a couple of questions, if you don't mind.
Please do.
Last week, or within the couple weeks prior to Carla's demise, unfortunately, what was she like? What was her demeanor like? Do you remember?
Last week was business as usual. Monday seemed ordinary.
Really?
We were concerned when she didn't arrive to work on Tuesday. Staff said they hadn't been able to reach her.
Really? I see. You and Carla, you work fairly closely together. Does she work in the lab with you, or?
She, as her duties required, we interchange on a daily basis.
Did you notice anything about how she may have been feeling emotionally, or was she depressed, or was she happy, or
I didn't notice anything out of the ordinary.
did she say anything to you, mention anything to you that she may have been worried about or concerned about?
Not that I could recognize.
All right, I'm just gonna pause you guys. So
I was gonna finish it up.
it's sounding authentic. I like that. So what we gotta focus on now is beats. These
Yeah, no,
these exchanges. So
I'm just being.
so you have the
Evasive.
authenticity. I like that. Okay, so we have the authenticity down. All right, so what I need you guys to start to do is recognize what each other is doing. If you're being evasive, excellent. I need you to react to the fact that he's being evasive. You seem fidgety. You fidgety today? You know why she's here, and you know whether or not what you're telling her is bullshit or if it actually is true. But at the end of the day, at the end of the scene, we need something really achievable for you, and we can have something really achievable for you too. You know, you can always play a certain card when you're talking to police.
Right.
There's a point where you can make the interview over, right? So just keep that in your back pocket. So let's just go back maybe a few lines. You guys just kind of take it from wherever you want to, but I kind of want you guys to just slow it down a little bit and just kind of process what each other's doing, and whatever he says, see above his head like this is what he's actually doing, and react to that. And same thing for you too. Criminals, even if you're innocent, they try to figure out what the police are doing, or try to stay ahead. All right, so you guys keep going. I like where it's going, but keep it up.
So, Dr. Einstein, over the last couple of weeks, have you noticed anything, or did you notice anything about Carla's demeanor? Was she happy? Was she sad? Depressed? Since you work so closely together.
Last week we worked all day long on a project, and I didn't notice anything. Monday she was to herself mostly, and then she was gone on Tuesday, and we didn't know where she was.
You didn't know where she was?
No.
Really?
Good.
Interesting. You know
Really good.
why, I had an opportunity to look at Carla's cell phone.
Really?
There were a couple of numbers. The last ones were actually, once we did the investigation, they were actually your phone number.
Well, you know, my staff can call me at any time.
I see.
Good.
So you actually did speak with her.
Absolutely.
You did.
Excellent.
I see. You know Dr. Einstein? I did actually check your system, and it seems like you have Friday afternoon available for appointments. I'd really like you to come down to the station so we can talk further. How's that for you?
Well, am I under suspicion, or anybody in my office under suspicion? We can, do I need to bring an attorney?
That's totally up to you. We'd really like you to come down Friday afternoon. Is that good for you?
I will bring my attorney.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Good day.
Good day.
Good. I'm one of those guys who likes to just see what happens a few seconds after the scene ends. Like, what are they doing? But
I'm calling my attorney.
Good. All right, nice. So have a seat again, EJ.
Well, that went totally different from what I first envisioned.
Good. You worked with what you had. That's excellent. You got to do that with improv. To our viewers here, what did you guys think of the scene overall?
I thought EJ really carried it well.
Okay.
I think Whit, if there was a police officer in my office, I'd be shitting myself and would have been more, I'm over the top. So somewhere between what I would normally do and the rest of the world. But I would have, what do you mean she's dead? What do you mean? Am I under suspicion? Am I under suspicion? Like, that's a little too much, but you get the point. That was my opinion.
Okay.
In your case, with I would say just determine if you're coming from like a lot of times like the mafia or the politicians, they're never caught by surprise because they're like, I'm already above this. So whether they're guilty or not, it's still a matter of, oh, how can I help you? Oh, it's an investigation. You call my lawyer. It doesn't even matter if they're looking for you or not. On your part of it, if he's getting more cocky or not, then start pressing more. Like you said, you wouldn't give away everything, but you pry more before you even really reveal that she was dead. You're like, we got a missing persons report. We're looking into it. Have you seen her here lately? Boom, 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 and then it gets around to, okay, well, listen, she's actually she's killed, murdered, however you want to say it. Actually, you wouldn't even say murdered because you wouldn't want to get that away. You say we found out she's deceased. We're looking into it more to see if there's anyone else involved with it. So you'd almost play, you wouldn't kind of give away all of your card up front. Because once you say it's murder, you're more defensive about it. So well, that's about it.
That's a good point.
Okay, I like it.
Foul play, I should say.
Yeah.
All right, before I go up here, did you guys see anything that either worked well or wasn't working? Did you see anything missing when you look at these sheets? We'll look at character desires, conflict, subtext, turning point. Is there anything that could have been done better or anything that stood out at all?
Once he got comfortable into it, I think he was okay. It's like he kept resetting you, so it's kind of like you have to figure out who your character was each time he reset you. So, and like I said, with your character, you either maybe the pompous, like the God complex, or you could have been, like you were saying, to be like more shocked, because like you were smiling during part of it, or you were smiling if you're like, I've got the upper hand regardless. So it's like,
I was trying to be more pompous, more doctor, handle any situation ever.
Yeah, and even for that though, you could even been like you're dismissing her without.
I was guilty. I was
You
playing
can
out.
You're so guilty.
And I was,
But I mean,
not gonna give her anything.
like you could have been completely aloof, like the pompous part. You could have been almost like dismissing her, but like, well, I'm just gonna have to take this call, and I'm gonna kind of blow her off and turn the other way.
That's a good, I like that.
That's just straight up asshole. Hold on, you're investigating this murder? Hold on, hold on. Let me just see who's calling me right now.
I mean, when you figure you're that far above it, you're really like you're just annoying me,
Right.
And I want you to know you're annoying me without me even having to say it, because I'm not considering you that big. But I mean, overall, like I said, it was good. Like once you kind of reset and got to where you felt comfortable with the characters, I think y'all did a little bit. Like at first, it was kind of like let me see where I'm gonna go with it. And it's kind of like, okay, now I'm this, now I'm gonna, like, you got one manipulative as far as the way you're doing it. You smile more, like I said, you know, you smile, you gotta be like way up there, like I am the man, and you're just here, you know. Because when you smile, you're showing that's the confidence of it, you know. So, but then if you're not gonna smile, like you want to do her way, then you will want to play the shock. Like, oh, she's what? Is she okay? I haven't talked to her in a while, but I haven't. But I talked to her mother a couple days ago, and she didn't mention anything. You know, you don't almost play it like you like what's really happening. The world has changed, and especially if you have an affair, because you're like, well, you know, you might have been thinking maybe she was with another man. That's why I haven't heard from her. She needs to get to me soon. Detective comes, I'm like, oh shoot, hold up, we changed things up. You know. So it all depends on the angle you want to play with it. Yeah.
All right, that was good. Were you done? Sorry.
I'm done.
I actually saw a lot that I liked. So first of all, EJ, I like your choice of character. It's a very challenging.
She's a good detective.
Detectives are challenging to play. They're my favorite kind of characters, actually. Detectives, not necessarily police, but anyone with the ability or intelligence to like investigate things, figure out what happened, figure out what the truth is, and solve problems. So it's a challenging thing to play. There are a lot of people who think that you can't play better or smarter or anything above what you are. So if you don't have any background with criminal justice, you might not be familiar with how they do things. But I think for you, it's more about just the confidence that you walked into the room with that kind of sold it. So that was good. I like that you chose a challenging thing. Wit, I feel like your choice was pretty safe and comfortable. Is that a role that you feel comfortable playing, like a doctor? Okay. Not really challenging? Okay. It wasn't really about, heart surgery or anything like that. The scene was more about murder. but good. You had a good line, which was, "How are you doing today?" Which, you might think is just, like saying hello, but it's like, it's really can have so many meanings when you're a police officer. It's like, what's your mental state like is really what they're checking to see.
Right.
Like, how do you feel after this murder? Because if they're innocent, they're going to respond one way.
That's why I asked it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So it was a good question to ask, and it felt real when you asked that question. Great line. As far as the back and forth, like the beats, I felt like it got better. So we started. You would pose a question to him, he would answer, and you would go, "Oh, really?" And you go, "Yeah, really? That's interesting." And then it's kind of like you just say these minimal things, you just kind of see how he would react. I was like, "Shit, that's what a cop would do." So it was really good. The part that I felt like could have been better, and this is just part of the challenge of going with a police role, is they're thinking on so many levels, and then as an actor, when you're doing this method, you got to think on so many levels. You got to think about desire, conflict, subtext, where's it going, and all that, and then you got to play a character who thinks on so many levels. So it's a challenge, but having an actionable desire to get by the end of the scene, what was it that you decided?
That he needed to come to the police station.
Okay.
The precinct. He needed to come down.
That's good. And what about you? What was your character's desire?
I want to get her out of here.
Get her out of there. Now you could have
And
done.
I wouldn't want to give her anything. I didn't want to give her any information.
So you could have.
Make her beg for it.
You could have done what I think would have even furthered the conflict even more, was just to challenge her that you can't make me come to the police station. You're gonna have to talk to my lawyer. And then you know how police are. Well, if you get a lawyer, that must mean you have something to hide. Must mean you're guilty. Because if you're just gonna tell me the truth and you didn't do anything wrong, what do you have to be afraid of?
Yeah.
So that's the only differences I would make towards the end. But overall, the meat of it was good. So the only question I would have for EJ is, did you feel she got what she wanted? Would be the first question. And then do you feel like she earned it?
She got what she wanted in that she was, she said, this guy was a suspect for sure. I mean, she sort of solidified that in her mind. Yeah, this is somebody that she needs to talk to. So she got what she wanted to find that out, I felt.
Okay.
That it was sort of, this is a good candidate for suspicion. And at the end, for him to easily come down, that was it. I wanted him to come down for further questioning. It was sort of given to me. I do agree with that. So it's
Okay.
sort of simple. I did get what I wanted.
Okay. So I would agree with exactly what you just said. You got what you wanted in that, number one, you did your job as a storyteller. The scene resolved. But did she really earn it? Like, did she have that moment where she caught him in a lie and then he's forced to come down? It's just kind of
No.
like a.
Not really.
Yeah, I was afraid you were gonna ask me
That would have been
that these
better.
phone calls
That
were
would-
at 3 a.m. in the morning.
That would have been better.
That
Well, I
would've-
think, yeah.
That would have been better. But we got all the things we needed to tell the story. It's just, it would have been a better story had there been that part and just a little bit more drama at the end. But it was a complete story. So that was good. So good job. A lot of people don't get to the point where we're talking about beats when they're in the first class with me. So that's excellent. I like it. Did you guys have any thoughts about the scene?
I really enjoyed doing it because I get really scared with improv.
Yeah.
But I really enjoyed it.
Yeah,
It was a great challenge.
Yeah.
I enjoyed it.
Well,
I'd like to do more of it.
you should definitely do more. You're good at it. So the only thing is you just got to get used to looking for the same things every time. No matter what the story, character, whatever, we always have to have the same storytelling elements. And whenever you don't have them, you're always working towards them. So once you get used to it, I really do believe it's just like going to the gym. You're going there to get a pump. You're going there to get your heartbeat up, to tire yourself out. And if you're not there yet, you know how to get there. You just kind of keep going through the process.
Right.
So it's really good. You're going to get even better with consistency. That's all I have right now for today. I'm really happy with everybody's stuff. Does anybody have any questions about anything? You're going to ask me anything because we saved the last 15 to 30 minutes for that purpose.
This is new for me. This is
Okay.
my friend Ed said you should come to this.
What's Ed's last name?
Lehman.
Mhm.
And he has not been to one yet. He found it. And
I hear that a lot. I hear always people
I'm
are
just so
recommending it. Yeah,
impressed
No, this is
with this, that it is available. Is this done through, and I've not really even looked it up, is it done through the city or the county, or do you
Oh,
do it
yeah.
on
I
your
want
own?
to give a
or-
spiel.
No, it's Tampa Film